Welcome to Shade in
Shade
the
in the
City.
City.
I'm your girl, Treese.
It's Nose.
And today we are getting into our review of Real Housewives of Atlanta. This is episode 11.
Look at you. Okay.
So yes, please make sure if you have not already that you hit that like button.
And that subscribe button.
And y'all, let's get into it. And yeah, it's going to be another shady one for us because this is what they do. So let's get into it and let's get shady. So we're starting off. Marlo is explaining the plan for the next day to the ladies. They're gonna have a private chef. They're gonna make s'mores. They're gonna get drunk. Just have really fun girl time. You know, Marlo makes it clear though that if Kenya does not show up that night, she does not.
At night or before breakfast in the morning.
Or before breakfast in the morning. So Marlo's like standing her ground. Now we see the next morning.
Did you see Kenya rushing out that damn car to rush in that damn house?
Oh yeah, she did.
She was like running. She's a runner. She's a track star. I said,
right.
But I was like, she ain't playing no games.
But you know, too, I think production was like, you need to get over here. You want this check to clear? Then you need to get over here now. No, I told you they have to be at certain day or you void you don't get paid.
You know what? And it's so funny. Well, I mean, I'll talk about it later because it's
think about all the negative that these people have said about each other and done to each other, and they still make them be in the same room together. That is for a bag. That is not because they want to be. The only people I think that want to be now and that I'm still surprised that can do it is Portia and Candy. I don't know how they were able to get over their issues.
So Kenya made it in time for breakfast, y'all. Looks like she will be joining in the festivities. And of course, in true Marlo fashion, they have catered breakfast with some mimosas. You know, this is like my alley.
Right, we got to start living this life.
Right? So Kenya is going around the house looking for the lady. She can't find nobody. First person she finds is Drew. Drew on the phone with her husband, with her titties all popping out, her robe and all types of shit.
I think she got hers done too.
Yeah, she did. Because Kenya was like, oh, let me see. Oh, you got the line going down. And
I was like, am I assuming? Or I was like, did she get her?
I think that's called like the lollipop. I think they like cut your nipple off and then do the line down. Yeah, looks like a lollipop. Ciao.
Much.
So then was it Sonia? I think Sonia came in, greeted Kenya as well. And you know, they're all out in the hallway and they run into Marlo. Marlo's like, oh, you came. And goes to give her a hug. And Kenya's like,
she's like,
yeah, hi. And Marlo tried again. She's like, I know you don't want to give me a hug, but Kenya said, I'm not here for the fake shit. She was like, I'm not here to play these phony games. I was like, okay. And Marlo said she is just going to kill her with kindness. She is not going to let her fuck up the vibe this weekend. She is zen, okay?
That she's in her own beautiful cabin last night on the lake.
Yeah, she did. And Marlo asked her if she can come by her room when she gets a chance.
So they can have a conversation.
Yeah, and
one-on-one.
Kenya seemed so uninterested. She actually ignored her initially the first time. Marlo was like, did you hear me? She's like, yeah.
Wow, Sonia. Didn't you hear Marlo? You should go see Marlo. Marlo wants to talk to you. Sonia, she heard her. Sonia.
Yeah, sure. And then, you know, Marlo gets in the room with her makeup artist, I believe. Calls her manager, you know, spilling all the tea. And, you know, she congratulates her on being the bigger person. I do feel in this moment a little bit. She was the bigger person a little bit.
Oh yeah, because y'all know I'm here Marlo a little, but one thing I'm gonna give her, you ain't gonna come to my event and not like me.
I'm here, eat up my food and
right. That's
come to my house, and you
and
hardly
I mean,
even.
we ain't gotta be besties.
You hardly even said hi to me. I even got you.
Be respectful.
Exactly, and you know that's Kenya's thing. You respect me, I respect you, but that's not what she was given.
Right.
So,
well,
Sonia and Kenya, they sit down, have a conversation, and she lets her know that yes, Marlo did want you to come through to her room. You know, she has something nice for her, and Kenya's like, I'm not in any rush. And she's like, you know, I didn't bring my sage. I don't know what type of demons is in these gifts. And Sonia's like, yo, like, she didn't say that to Kenya, of course, but she's like, if she feels this type of way, like, about Marlo, why did she even come? And like Tree said, it's probably, you know, for the check, for that bag. Okay.
Right.
Now Sonia tries to come to to Marlo's defense, and says, you know, like, she thinks she's very sensitive and she's a hard shell to crack. And she does believe that, like, she really kind of does look up to Kenya. Kenya is not buying a child. She is like, she, like, look at what she did to her nephews. You know, like,
Marlo can't care about anybody, because look, I think I said this last review, because if she'll put her nephews out, what will she do to us?
And Sonia's like, well, she never thought that she'd be a mom. And Kenya does this, playing the smallest violin in the world.
Right.
You know what's crazy? I had no idea what she was doing, but I thought it was so funny that Sonia caught on. She's like, is that the smallest violin in the world?
Right.
Oh, is that what that is? I'll just
have to start
doing that.
But no, I can appreciate Kenya for, you know, sharing the reason why she felt so strongly.
Yeah, she opens up.
And basically saying, like, you know, this happened to me and I basically ran away, and, you know, that's always going to affect them. This is not just because she wanted a 30-day break. That's something that's really going to affect these kids. And so, I mean,
it's going to add to their trauma and abandonment issues.
Right.
It's a trigger for her. It triggers her.
Yeah.
And she says, you know, that they're always going to wonder, like, what was wrong with me, and, you know, why did you feel the need to give up on me?
Right.
She says it really hits home for her, and she's saddened by it, and says, you know, she don't even give a fuck about her own nephew, so why wouldn't she do her like that? So Kenya, at this point, she seems like she does not trust her, and she says she really does not want to be pestered or bothered, or, like, you know, have anybody really up in her face like that. So I guess Marlo will have to come looking for her.
Pick me.
And Sonia needs to realize that Kenya has known Marlo a lot longer than she has. So
right. Oh, I just think that they can work it out. It has to be something that they can talk out.
Yeah,
no, Kenya talked about this girl's mother.
Kenya said, she said, I am done with this conversation. She got up and went to go get her makeup done, child. She's like, look,
I'm not happy. The kitchen.
I feel like she went and found Sheree, child. I don't know if she ran into her. She like,
right,
girl,
she found her.
Girl, we need to go talk to Marlo, child.
Sonia's new position is baby bone collector. So she basically tells Sheree, I think we need to go talk to Marlo right now. We need to go talk to her. And so they go in the room and they pull her to the side. And Sonia discusses that she likes both her and Kenya. But it feels like Kenya isn't here to be supportive, and she shouldn't be here if she feels that way. So then they cut to production asking Sonia, you know, what's the difference between bone collecting and peacemaking? She believes peacemaking is going in with the intention that hopefully things will resolve themselves, whereas bone collecting is just stirring up the pot and waiting to see what happens. I don't know.
I would think if you wanted to do peacemaking, you would probably try to bring them together.
Well, I guess she could say if you say that, I guess you could say she felt she was trying to do that. That's why she kept trying to tell her, go talk to Marlo.
She said that before Kenya brought up her nephew. And as soon as she was done with the conversation, she went and got Sheree and said, we need to go tell Marlo. without Kenya present. And then out of nowhere, Marlo comes out the blue talking about, oh, you was talking about my nephews, and Kenya has no idea where this shit came from. She didn't even know that Marlo knew. So all it did was cause more drama.
Well, yeah.
I mean, I know this is a totally different show, but you know, if you want to talk about motherfuckers stirring the pot, we need to recognize when it's actually happening.
Oh, okay.
And it's intentional.
Okay. Okay, back up off me. So now Sheree even says that she feels like she's passed down the bone collecting torch to Sonya. Mm-hmm. Marlo is obviously upset by this news and basically is like, look, I'm trying to be a better person, but she needs to keep my nephew's name out her mouth. So at this point, she says a prayer with Sonya, hoping Kenya doesn't mention her nephews again, or it will obviously take her out of her element. She prays Kenya will get over whatever she's going through and learn how to be a mature 60-year-old woman.
Hold on, wait, isn't Marlo older?
Yeah. We see Candy join the ladies for breakfast and the other girls return from their conversation. Kenya apparently has hooked up Sheree with one of her friends in fashion. So she has an upcoming meeting, and you know, she basically tells her she's really rooting for her, but she's like, you got your notepad to take any notes? You ready? Oh, you just go sit there.
Like, I mean, you know, I am on vacation. Like, you know, you didn't warn me ahead of time, like, that I should bring some shit to take notes, because I didn't know that I was going to be on a 4:00 phone call while I was on vacation, but you know.
But she needs this, so she better be grateful.
No, I'm not saying she's not grateful. I'm saying, why would I be prepared to take notes if I'm prepared to be on vacation?
You better find some paper and some pen.
It was just the way she was like, I mean, you got your notes? Ma'am, you just told me about it. Why would I?
But I feel like she knew about this before.
I know she Kenya mentioned that she was going to do it. The fact that she just told her that it's 4:00 that same day, I didn't think that she told her that prior to, you know, when she told her on camera, but you know.
That's a good question. Shade Squad, drop in the comments. If you have not already, please hit that like button.
And that subscribe button.
Drop down in the comments and let us know what you think, because I'm really confused as to, I feel like she knew and she was trying to make sure she was prepared, because clearly, as
if that's the case, why reiterate it?
Here she has one of the biggest names, but no brand. And this has been going on years. Mm-hmm. And she's like, I know. Well, there, you know, and what is it? I love when Candy talks about how, you know, she got the best advice when someone told her and trying to run her businesses, you're trying to run $1 million business on a bigger, what is that?
On a bootleg budget.
Oh, on a bootleg, same thing.
Mm-hmm.
On a E, what is it? I say E40 on a Mad Dog 2020 budget. So
do they even still sell them shits anymore?
I don't know. But yes. So they're excited, rooting for Sheree. And
yes, they did say that she has the biggest brand out of the group. So Sheree is super excited. She appreciates any advice that, you know, she can get from Candy, and anybody would, because she got businesses.
Exactly.
Okay. Now Marlo is running down the itinerary, and there is a goddamn knock at the door. It is Fatum, y'all. Sarcastic ass Drew. It's like, oh my God, this is so great. This is amazing. Like, what the fuck is she doing here?
Right.
But you know, everybody is excited except for Drew to see her. And Marlo has everybody go to the Sprinter van, and she tells Kenya, you know, to stay behind so that they can have their conversation. And Kenya's like, yeah, I'll figure it out. And she's like, no, boo, ain't nothing to figure out.
Yeah. Either
she's
we
like,
have this
you either figure it out or figure your ride back home, figure your ass in your car, go the fuck back home. I said, what? So of course, Kenya, don't speak to me in that tone. Marlo, don't speak to me like that. And Kenya decides to go downstairs and Marlo follows behind her. Literally, Kenya is running around the house, locking herself in rooms, laughing and playing. As Tree said, look, this is the type of shit she do with
Brittany. I said, this is clearly what she does with her daughter.
And you know, they finally make it back upstairs. Kenya basically says that she doesn't want to have this conversation in front of everyone. She prefer to have it in private. And Marlo's like, well, that ain't what she want to do.
No. Actually, it was the other way around. Marlo wanted to have it in private, and Kenya said, no, we're going to have it with everybody. And Marlo,
is that not what I said?
That's not what I want. That's not what I want. I want to have a conversation with me and you. That was the whole, she was like, I feel like.
Is that not what I said? Marlo wants to have it in private?
Yeah. No. You said Candy. I mean, not Candy, I'm sorry.
Kenya? Oh, well, Kenya. Yes, Kenya wanted to have it in front of everyone.
Right.
Marlo wanted to have it in private. And basically, Marlo did not agree with what Kenya wanted. And Candy tells Kenya that, you know, she's the one who says she doesn't like it when people purposely poke at her. And that's exactly what she's doing. And I'm actually glad that Kenya, Jesus Christ.
Candy calls her out for it.
I cannot get this name.
It was just like, Marlo's just trying to have a conversation with you, and you keep running around the mulberry bush and bullshit. And you know what I'm saying? Can you just sit down like an adult?
Like, well, I don't like it when, you know, people go off and insult me, and, you know, I show respect to who shows respect to me. That's not what you're doing, actually, because Marlo, and we know how Marlo can get, okay? So I do feel like she is due a little bit of credit, because she has been respectful. She has been patient, especially with what she said that she's going through, and she needed this trip so bad to, you know, kind of get relaxed or whatever, you know, she came up there for.
I will say that they finally gave our girl Moneta a confessional look, and she looked good. Okay, it was very cute. And I said, yes, stop bringing her on the show and not giving her her due and letting her have her moments. And letting
that means she getting a check because she got a confessional look?
Most of the time, yes.
She done made it, child. She made it.
Fatum still didn't make it to a confessional, poor baby.
Because she's problematic. So the ladies, they head outside to get on the Sprinter van, and, you know, everything is still heated. So Marlo, of course, she speaks on why she's upset because they're in the middle of this shit. And she's like, you know, you spoke on my nephews, but you have a safe trip back. And I actually thought that was, you know, like, you know, out of Marlo's normal character.
Yeah, because Marlo could have lunged at you. She could have. And unfortunately, I guess because she wants to keep her peace.
Yeah, I wasn't done because it didn't last long. It didn't last long. So then I don't know if that made Marlo get a little hype, because literally right after she's like, keep Michael and William out your mouth. No one will take them from me. And then Kenya was like, yeah, because you gave them away. I said, Lord have mercy. Jesus.
Oh, I missed that part.
Oh, yeah. So she said, you know.
I was too busy worried about somebody barking at somebody else.
Oh, yeah, you talking about Drew. So, you know, she said she needs to leave Michael and William out of it. Like, she's supposed to be classy, but she's trash. And then, you know, she tells her, like, she's like, look, she's not doing none of the activities. Do not let her get in the car. Of course, Kenya still got in the car. Kenya tells her that she's jealous. No, I'm sorry. Marlo tells her that she's jealous and intimidated. Kenya's like, bitch, I'm an icon. You're an ex-con. I mean, these bitches are just going back and forth. Literally, this is now 30 minutes later. 30 minutes later, they're still in the driveway. Sheree tries to explain to Kenya that Marlo's feeling some type of way because, you know, it's her trip, and she didn't feel like, you know, like she acknowledged her. She's like, well, I said hi. They actually showed the clip where she said hi, and I feel like Marlo was even lucky to be there to possibly be a part of the hi, because it really wasn't meant for her. Then after an hour, Candy wants to get clarification, like, bitch, we've been here for too long. She wants to get clarification on what the real issue is. And Marlo feels like, you know, like she can't even talk to me. Why is she even here? Like, she hates me so bad. Why the hell did you drive 3 hours to get up here for somebody who's the devil?
And refuse to talk to me. Unbothered.
Huh?
Kenya's still in the car unbothered playing Candy Crush on her phone.
Is that what she was doing? Playing?
No, I'm just playing. But that's how she looked. Like she was just like, up another match.
Like, bitch, I'm going. Then an hour and a half passes. Okay, and the ladies decide, you know what? They definitely want to go gym mining. And I thought like they came to a resolution. They're like, okay, Marlo's like, all right, the ladies who like don't want to go and just want to hang out with Kenya, y'all can go with Kenya in that truck. And the ladies who do want to go can come here with me.
That was super divisive though.
Then Drew is like, okay, but I don't want to be in a car with this bitch. Talking about Fatum. So everybody's like, God damn, I thought we reached a resolution.
We need a resolution.
So of course I got Fatum hype. And she's like, oh, this bitch is coming for me. And Drew was like, oh God, get your lap dog, and starts barking at her and all. It was so much shit. I actually, you know what? Now running it back in my mind, I actually understand where Marlo was coming from. Like, this was a lot. This is supposed to be a relaxing girls' weekend, and it was drama filled.
All these ladies are over 30, by the way.
Right. So Candy and Kenya, they decide, you know what? Let's go take some pictures over by the lake. And they let Kenya know, hey, we're gonna go take pictures. So they go and decide to jump on this underground trampoline, I guess, and it's like right in front of the lake. Marlo goes up to her room. She seems like she's crying. She's like, it's just so much drama. This is not what this trip was supposed to be. And we really don't see Marlo get emotional like that. So this, I'm honestly not even sure if she was crying. It sounded like she was crying. I didn't really see any tears, but I'm really not sure. Like, this is foreign for me. Kenya says the way Marlo treats her reminds her of Mark. And she says that she doesn't think for someone who loves and cares for her intentionally inflicting emotional harm. I get it. I can definitely understand that. I just don't understand why they can't have these conversations together. Either that or just stay apart. Be completely honest and say exactly how you feel.
Because she uses Mark against her. Marlo knows. I think Marlo knows that that's why she's a trigger, and that's why your husband didn't want you. That's why your baby daddy didn't feel that way, because she know, like, in this, like, I'm sorry, but I'm with Kenya. And now, if I was protecting my peace, I wouldn't be there. So I'll say that, even if it was for a bag.
I mean,
but
I'm not. Listen.
My whole thing is, I wouldn't put myself in that situation. Just try.
I mean, I get that, but we're not gonna sit here and act like Kenya didn't say some fucked up shit about Marlo. Like,
she said she's an ex-con
and said she's a prostitute. She's prostituted, and talked about how she was in foster care and shit like that. I mean, shit like that hits home too. Like, they both say some below the belt shit. So I feel like if they can both get on each other's level and say, you know what, we both said some fucked up shit, let's have a real fucking conversation and get to the bottom of what the fuck bothers each other about each other, or move forward and just don't talk, then let that be that.
I'm with that.
So anyways, most of the ladies decide to, you know, go back by the lake and, you know, jump on the trampoline. Marlo decides that, you know what, oh, that look like fun. I might want to do that, but let the devil get off first. Of course, she's talking about Kenya, child. You know, ever since Kenya said that this woman was fighting some demons, now Kenya is the devil.
Well,
so so finally Kenya gets off. Marlo jumps on the trampoline and she gets off with totally different spirit. Totally different spirit. She's like, you know what? I jumped up to the Lord. Okay, the Lord told me I'll handle the devil.
She said she shook the devil off.
Yes, and she said she's like, come on, Kenya, come get in the truck. We going. You can come. So whatever it did, whatever happened, it worked.
So we get to the mining shop and we learn what they'll be doing. They'll be putting some rocks in some water and shaking.
That is not what I thought it was.
I didn't either.
That is so stupid.
I thought they were gonna go in with like little picks, like little axle picks, and go.
I thought they actually have to look for like gems.
Yeah, that's
These
why
are
I thought they
buckets of dirt that already have gems in them. You're just sifting through to find the damn gems that's in the bucket of dirt.
See, yeah, no, I thought they were actually going in like a cave.
I thought so too. I was like, yo, that's dope. That would be some shit I want to do. No, it's a fucking bucket of dirt with gems in it, and you're just sifting through the damn dirt.
So yeah, that's what they were doing. So
I would just buy the damn gems that I want.
Right. So they get there. Basically, they are in a Trump-filled land. That's
it is in Georgia.
And Kenya notices that he has a Trump 2024 sign on the wall. So as he's explaining to the girls what they'll be doing today, you know, she just, as he wraps everything up and he's about to lead them outside, she just, oh my God, sir, I'm so sorry. I accidentally knocked this off the wall. Here you go. You know, and
she was cleaning up the place.
Yes, she said in the confessional she was cleaning up the place, and I don't think I was mad at that. So then they go to make the gems, and then Fatum and Drew have an exchange. I don't know what really happened that caused this, because honestly,
well,
okay, she got it.
Drew seemed like maybe she was sitting across from Fatum, and she was having a conversation, and it was like she noticed that she was sitting across from Fatum. So she didn't say anything. She just got up and removed herself. And Fatum was like, why are you running? Da 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 da. And it was like, well, she doesn't want to be near you. She doesn't like you. Like, it's not that serious. And it tells her to sit down. I don't know. Fatum looked like she had one too many. Like, she looked like she was already lit before they went on the trip.
Okay.
I know Marlo felt like she was helpless. She was like, you know, like she doesn't know how to get this trip back on track. And she really feels like it's ruined. Like, there's a lot of drama going on. This would not be a type of girl trip I would want to be on. So the ladies arrive back at the house, and Sheree goes in to check on Marlo. And Marlo said, you know what, I'm packing up. And she's like, I can't do this. This was like the worst decision I've ever made. And she feels like, you know, everyone else had so much fun, like when they first got there. And it was like the worst decision to invite Kenya, which I can actually agree.
I agree.
I actually showed a clip. Yeah, I mean, everybody was enjoying themselves, and
having a good time until Kenya got there.
It did seem like a energy shift once Kenya got there. So Marlo asked Sheree to, you know, go around and gather everyone in the living room so that they can all have a conversation. And she did. So Marlo sits down and, you know, with the ladies and explains the reason for the trip was to recharge, relax, and to bond with the ladies. And she says she has done everything but recharge. She says that she feels worse than when she left.
She's not here for it.
She actually started getting emotional. Like she started getting you know, I can't really tell if she's crying or not. I just know she was emotional. It sounded like she was crying. I just didn't see no tears. Okay. So Fatum offers an apology for her behavior and said, you know, she should have been a bigger person, but she felt attacked, and, you know, I can't always control myself. So Drew, she was like, somebody. She's like, boo, you talking about me? And throws this girl a bone. A dog bone. What?
A dog bone.
Dog bone. You don't even own a dog, ma'am.
I guess this was supposed to be like a read.
Because she calls her a lap dog. And then Sheree says, did she throw Ross? No, what's her dude's name?
Oh, Ralph's dildo.
Ralph, okay. She said, did she throw Ralph's dildo at the tomb? I said, now, bitch, that was a read.
Yeah.
That was a motherfucking read. I said it. Sheree. So Marlo gets choked up and explains that, clearly some of the people there have issues with each other, but this trip was about me.
Right.
You know what I mean? And she says she wants to be happy and she's not happy. So she called cars for everyone and she wants them to leave and tells them to have a safe trip back.
And Monyetta is like, well, do we really need to do this? Because I just spent...
If that ain't a microphone drop, just...
Look, I'm not mad at her. She said, I called cars for all of y'all.
Of course, Kenny was the first to get up. She's like, okay, all right, well,
This is...
trip is over. And yes, Monyetta, she was like, she doesn't really understand, but she respects it. She not really had a back and forth, but she was trying to get an understanding. But basically, Marlo explained that she didn't feel like she had a support system there. And Marlo gets back to her room and she starts venting with her makeup artist and says, she's more at peace just sitting in there in the room talking to her. And she's like, maybe we should have a photo shoot. I really should have just only invited you. That would have been like a great idea than inviting all this drama here into this house. If that ain't the way you end a motherfucking trip.
Thank you guys for tuning in to another review of the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Please make sure, if you have not already, that you hit that like button.
You comment.
You subscribe.
And you hit the notification bell.
And please make sure that you are following us on all platforms so that you are entered into our giveaway. Please make sure that you like one of our posts, that you are following us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, or what's the other one? TikTok, right? That you're following us on one of those. And you leave a comment and you can enter to win a giveaway from us from Vanessa Flair Jewelry. And please make sure that you use our coupon code Shadeinthecity, right? And get 30% off your purchase. So thank you guys so much for your support. We will catch you next week for episode 12. Have a great night.
Front, back, side to side. Make sure you go like and subscribe. Front, back, side to side. Make sure you go like and subscribe. Hey!